Like that, Dwayne?
Yes. One more.
Featuring two great football teams, Grambling State University and Prairie View A&M University. We are pleased to welcome their coaches, fans, and alumni to this press conference. And to each of you, we welcome you. This event is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, presented by Farmers Insurance Group, and a number of others that we will mention, and promoted by ALW Entertainment. We are pleased to have our entertainer leader today, Mr. Al Wash. Would you stand and let us recognize you, please?
But I'm gonna have to get on him a little bit. You know, I got the time mixed up on what time we had to be up. So it wasn't until 5:30 from what I understand now. But I was up in the hotel lobby about 4:45 this morning. I don't know how I got the times crossed up, but you know, I always said I wasn't gonna be late, but I'm a little bit upset with you. I'm gonna put it like that. But it was my fault though, but I just want to change things up a little bit. But I want to thank everybody, the city of Dallas, the Marine Corps definitely, who I had a chance to spend a week with last year at their leadership training academy. The city of Dallas, who's always been good to me personally, from the standpoint I've recruited several athletes from the area, both schools that I've been at, and just being around the state fair. My first experience dealing with the state fair, I went to school at Southern, so I really never paid attention to the State Fair Classic. In my first year, you know, I was on Coach Williams' staff, and we rolled into the Cotton Bowl, and I see all these people, and I'm like, what's going on? You know, in my opinion, back then was we just playing Prairie View. But it was a shock to see that many people in the stands at the game with a purple and gold, proud to be Prairie View alums. And now being on the other side, I understand why there were so many people at those games. And if you look at what's going on, all that we've been through today, now I understand why it was so many people back in those days at the time when Prairie View really was struggling in football. So, you know, I must say thanks to the city of Dallas, thanks to Al Wash, and everyone that's associated with putting on this great event. Like I say, it's bigger than a football game. It is an event. At one time early during the summer, I had a bout with pneumonia. I was down for about 2 weeks. And I couldn't. My doctor didn't want me to do anything, and I really couldn't. But I kept going to work, and I like I said, I thought the illness and the fatigue was gonna get to me. But now it's another illness and the fatigue that I'm worried about getting me out of coaching. And it's the Prairie View fans that's sick and tired of us losing, and I'm tired of it as well. So, you know, we're going to get on the right track. We're going to keep on working. I have people calling me, you know, telling me, Coach, keep doing what you're doing. We know you're a good coach. You know, keep on working at it, you know, like I'm going to jump off a bridge or something. But the only thing I understand, you know, is hard work and dedication. Now, you know, last year, I told a couple of stories about my son who was 4 at the time. And I had a few more stories to tell about him. You know, Doug has his son playing quarterback. For him, unfortunately for me, my son is only 5 years old. But I think I'm going to put him up for adoption, and after I tell these stories, you're going to see why.
Doug Williams.
Thank you. David compliment and all the alumni. Let me say this. I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to work with Coach Norton. I can remember when I was working for Jacksonville as a scout, and he was playing in at Southern. I think he led the conference that year with interception. Am I right, Knife? By 11. You know, he wasn't high on that board as far as making it to the NFL. And I can remember telling him that if I ever got a job, that I was going to hire him. And the first hire that I ever made as a college football coach at Morehouse College was Heitz Norton. And to see him do what he's doing today and what he's done makes me feel good to have been a part of what his coaching and what he's done. Like he was saying, to all the sponsors, and of course I've known Al for a long time, and I know this game wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for a guy like Al and all the sponsors in the city of Dallas. And as far as Grambling is concerned, and for myself, from a history standpoint, for me, my first chance of ever playing college football started in the Cotton Bowl. The first pass I threw was in the Cotton Bowl against Prairie View. The first TD pass to Sammy White was in the Cotton Bowl. So my career actually started here in Dallas. And having coached at Grambling for 8 years and having an opportunity to come back for this Monday and this press conference, come back for the weekend, has always been a game that we look forward to because it's such a big part of not only Grambling but the historical black college and Prairie View. And for the alumni, I think we both have pretty good alumni in this area. Of course, Prairie View being from Texas and Grambling has a big alumni association here in the Dallas area. But at the same time, we have more students who travel to Dallas for this game than we have coming to games when we're on campus. And that's something that we'll like to change. And another thing, you know, we come in here and we both, I think, are 0-4 at this stage. And I just want everybody to know that, you know, myself and the coaches and the boards are not walking around with our heads unbowed. Because we understand what the situation is all about, and you're gonna always hear and how he's talking about his son. You know, I hope you're around long enough to coach him, Heist, because you hear some things. But as a coach, you know, some things you don't worry about because the hours that you spend and what you see, that's the most important. And I think with the players, they all know what's going on, and we get a chance to spend a lot of time with those guys. And it's not that they're not playing hard, you know, it's just that at times they make mistakes, things happen, and you have to live with it. We sit here 0-4, and we've lost 2 conference games by a total of 2 points. 2 one-point losses to at least one of the better teams in the league in Alabama State, and of course the first game against Alcorn by 1 point. You know, just little things that happen. It's not something that you use as an excuse, it's something that you build upon.
That it's an honor and a pleasure just to even be here. This game was always a favorite of my father and the Robinson family. And just like it was said then, Dallas is a place that anytime we play, we always thought we were at home. You know, we played at home. We were the home team. So I would just like to say that we are expecting a good game, although, as it has been stated before, this whole event is more than just a football game. And I would just like to kind of reiterate that. And we expect to have a good game. We expect to have a good day.
Davis, City Councilwoman Medrano, and Councilman Caraway would like to make a special presentation.
We all, you know, leave it to me, Aaron, always to kind of do something to the program. On behalf of all of our colleagues in the Dallas City Council and to both of the coaches, we collectively just want to show our appreciation. I'm not going to get into the whereases, but we do want to send you away with a little special recognition. Have the Grambling Tiger on here and present it to you, Coach. So there you go. There's the Prairie View Panther on this one, presented to you, Coach. And we want to say good luck, and also one other and special recognition from the bottom of my heart. I want to call up and recognize someone today. It's the reason I'm breaking the rule, because we're in City Hall, and when you're in City Hall, we can do pretty much what we want to do. So we're going to do this because it is due and it is time. I want to recognize and ask for this person to come up, one of the greatest promoters in the country, Al Wash. Al, come on. got your picture on it, all right? All right, congratulations. Thank you all for seeing for serving. Yeah, see that coin right there, Coach? And on this coin, it's going to tell us who's going to win. And I'm going to flip the coin right now, and it's going to tell us who's going to win. And it says both Grambling and Prairie View. So we're going to see at the end of the day, when you all get through battle. Now that's a political move, and that's the right thing to do. But I want you all to know we're looking for all of the excitement. We're looking for a full Cotton Bowl, and I'll be out there myself.